In qualifiers, Mason Gonzalez, the 93, took third. Fourth place finish went to Parker Mashburn, and fifth place to Brandon Walther. We had three of these guys on the Mini-O's after show last night. We'll see how they all fare as the gate's down and our leaders down through the first and into the second turn.
That looks like Flock. I'll tell you, that's about the same line he's been able to carve up for you throughout the event here, and certainly out of that first turn he's had his run. All
right, Wes Kane, you can jump in here any moment with a flocka flav if you would like.
Well, that's who it is. Jesse Flock, followed by Mason Gonzalez, and then the 5:29 ride. That's a great start by Kobe Hefner right up in there, and that's going to be a quick look at your top three as we're up and running.
Gonzalez right there trying to make the strike there here early in the lap, trying to get by and establish some forward momentum.
Woo!
As the adrenaline is certainly pumping here on this first lap of racing.
Oh, Mason Gonzalez not waiting around whatsoever. He wants to win this one, wants to win the run to the green flag as well, and he is all over our early leader, Jesse Flock, right now, serving notice. Mason Gonzalez wants him a championship.
Kobe Hefner third, Hardy Munoz in fourth. It's Parker Mashburn now in the number 5 spot. Furman Cisimara is 6th, Caleb Carter in 7th, Brandon Walther in 8th, Cody Groves the 15 and 9th, and Aaron Cottrell rounding out your top 10.
Oh, we give him a little room to move right there, and they immediately pick up the pace. They are flying out in front. Jesse Waka Flocka Flame still doing a good job for you right there. He'll hold on to that top spot. Bunch of good lines being used right now down on the inside, and that is good enough to close it up for Mason Gonzalez. He'll be able to take a shot at our leader. Oh, quick jump out there by the 73 or 74. It's probably going to be Hardy Munoz.
Hey, I need Parker Constable and your father report to the podium and see Mike Burkeen once again. Parker Constable and your father, please report to the podium and see Mike Burkeen from the AMA at the podium. If you know the whereabouts of Parker Constable and his father, let them know they need to go to the podium, see Mike Burkeen right now. All right, let's head to the podium ourselves with our Yamaha celebrations in West Kane.
All right, a lot of celebrating down there. Let me get my third place rider up here. He's going to tell you his name, where he's from. Come on over here, buddy. You got to be pumped. Tell him who you are, where you're from.
I'm Clark Robbins, and I'm from New Jersey.
Tell me about your race.
It was good. It was rough, really rough. So, and I just tried to stay up, and I did the best I could.
Who do you want to thank?
Roost MX, Dan Callahan, Robbins Water Service, FXR, and that's really it. And Traction MX.
Congratulations out there. Good job. Well done. Hold it up one time. Let him get the shot. Yeah. Kay Johnson, come on up. Kay Johnson, you get the silver in your Olympiad quest for victory. Come on up here. Tell me about your race.
Yeah, I got to a great start. Thank you, Taylor Painter, for helping me with a whole bunch of advice. My Dunlop tires hooked up great. JMS motors ripped out of there, and I just rode my race, and Drew was on fire, and I just couldn't keep up with him. He got the win, and I'll take the silver home.
Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Lord Jesus Christ for keeping us safe, Ed Torrance, Taylor Painter at Taft House, Yamaha Cycle Trader, Rock River, Parts Unlimited, Moose Racing, 100%, Bell, Carl from Moose, Dunlop Tires, JMS, Guts Racing, ODI, everyone else. Thank you so much.
All right, congratulations, Kay Johnson. And now let's talk to our champ, 85cc 9 to 11, get the gold medal. Come on over here. Drew Adams, hold it up high, well-deserved young man. Yes. Drew Adams, tell me about your race and how it feels to be the champ.
I got off to actually a pretty bad start. Had to work my way through the pack a little bit. And then when I got around Cade, I just slowed down.
Who do you want to thank?
My mom, dad, Pro Circuit, Kawasaki, Matt Walkers, Oakley, Bell, 100%. I forgot, thank you.
All right, celebrate. Hold it up one more time. And you're going to get the bubbly right here. Good job, Drew Adams. Take it away, Rodney.
All right, thanks
Jeff
a lot,
Hines.
Reds Kane, as we pick the action back up. A new leader out here, as we saw just a lap ago, Jesse Flock riding unscathed, no mistakes. He made one mistake and then made a second mistake, and that second mistake, Mason Gonzalez was able to get around him. Flock dropping off the number 2 spot now. Hardy Munoz in the number 3 position. Parker Mashburn around Kobe Hefner now for the 4th place position is Hefner in 5th. Furman Cicimara in 6th, Brandon Walther in 7th, Jarrett Fry 8th, Cody Groves in 9th, and Max Miller rounding out the top 10. And Jeff Hines, I know, watching very intently this battle up front between Gonzalez and Flock. This is not stopped. Even though we've seen the pass take place, Gonzalez has not gotten in a comfortable position yet.
No, I don't think either one of them are going to get that comfortable. Hardy Munoz close enough. Both on their toes. They all want to win this championship. Here's our top 3 riders out in front, but they're still shuffling it back and forth. Gonzalez has done a lot of work to get up into that top spot. He'd love to be able to finish this thing off, but it ain't going to be without of a battle. There's no doubt about that. Look at riders willing to go wide to keep the momentum rolling. Now he's made it all the way across from the inside section. Not a lot of folks have done that.
Well, as you said, Munoz, man on the move, but also Parker Mashburn looks to be moving also. About 3 seconds back. We'll see if he's able to make up any of that time on Munoz. I know Munoz picking up the pace quite a bit to try to chase down Jesse Flock. So this is going to get interesting here in these closing laps. We're on lap number 5. This is a 12-lap race, so we're not even we're halfway there now.
That's
lap
right.
6 is in the history books.
Halfway sign out shown, and that inside line, while it's a gamble to take it, it does throw you up in the air on that line. It's a quicker, shorter way around the corner, and that's where the battle is. So Hardy Munoz closing up, and again, maybe in this, certainly just the halfway sign shown.
Man on the move, Jarrett Fry now up to 5th place as he gets around Hefner. I believe he got a couple of spots over the last couple of laps. He was like an 8th or 9th there just a few laps ago. So Fry now up to 5th place, Hefner in 6th, Brandon Walther in 7th, Cicimara now running in the 8th place position.
We've seen Jarrett Fry kick it up a notch, there's no doubt about that, and when the 34 bike gets that wide open racetrack, now he'll be able to make that happen. So a long way to go to come in contact with Kobe Hefner, but now he's got the wide open racetrack he's looking for. Let's see what he'll be able to do with the laps remaining.
All right, I think we need to turn our attention to Hardy Munoz once again, the number 74 machine, as he's closed his gap up to within a second, maybe less than a second, as we head toward the finish line. Lap number 7 complete here in the 258 class. Gonzalez over. Here comes Flock. And right behind him, Hardy Munoz. It says 1.2 seconds separating second and third, 0.6 seconds separating first and second. So 1.8 seconds separate the top 3 when they come by the finish line there just a moment ago.
I mean, I don't think you can go any faster through that section right there. There's no doubt about that. Our 250A class riders really hammering the corners. Corner speed so valuable out here in this class on the 250s. And Flock continues to bust it out there for you. Finding the backside, the sweet landing there on that tabletop. And Hardy Munoz looks like he's going to have enough to draw it on up in there.
Working on lap number 8 now. What seemed to be so hotly contested a lap ago. Things have changed so much now. Lap times, though, dropping down to the 105 for our top 5. Each one of our top 5 are all running 105 point something.
Oh.
Now 106. Mason Gonzalez still in the 105 range, but Jesse Flock dropping to 106. Hardy Munoz nearly identical lap time at the 106 as well.
Mason out of Fort Walton Beach, Florida, right there hogging all those good lines, but Flock not afraid to go wide right there. Full suspension setup, full trust in that suspension setup for Jesse Flock out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That allows him to carve that Yamaha all over the racetrack. Look at him in the extreme top line right there, but it gives him the momentum to fly that tabletop. He's going to take it wide again and try to get a slingshot run out of the bowl turn down the front straightaway. One slight mistake out of Jesse Flock. That's all we've seen. Mason Gonzalez couldn't quite capitalize on it. Flock settling down right now, certainly trying to carve it on up in there and to save something. There may be a big push towards the end of this moto right here. Oh, there, that might have been a shot. Not quite, but Flock content to take that inside line right there and show the leader a little bit of plastic each and every lap.
Well, I'll tell you what, this means that the intensity of this battle starting to stretch out and heat up there as you see Flock really launching off that big single out there, that anthill-like jump, and gaining some ground on the 93 of Munoz for the first place position, at the same time stretching out over Munoz just a slight bit. But regardless, this race is not over and will not be over until the checkers are out. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but what I mean is I think it's going to be this intense all the way till we see this race over. And maybe even more intense. 106 that last time around for Mason Gonzalez, and 105s for the rest of our top five. Not able to make up a whole lot of ground was Munoz and Mashburn, but with Jesse Flock still right there in contention. And here we go.
A couple of guys getting together in the bowl turn right here before we get into our front straightaway. Looks like they're going to be up okay.
Well, lap traffic could come into play in this one if Jesse Flock can take advantage of it. It's the big question. I don't think he's going to be able to. It looked like Gonzalez had started to stretch things back out over Flock, and now Flock, seeing he was in a little better position to maybe challenge again, is right back on the throttle, and probably the right thing to do when you got Hardy Munoz knocking on the door from back there in the number 3 spot. So there's no rest for the weary here in the 250A class if you're a 1, 2, or 3 position rider.
All right, with 2 laps up, looks like if we're going to have a late motor right here, he's going to have to cut it loose. Unleash the beast here on these last couple of laps. Mason Gonzalez has settled into a nice pace right there. He'll pick up the white flag, have 1 more to go. Looks like he's stretched it out enough where Mason Gonzalez, he's going to be able to bring it on home. He's going to try to wide that wide line all the way through. Out towards the single. Flock going to let it fly as he has done on the 67 ride. Not afraid to soak up that flat landing out there and trying to get some momentum out of it. But Gonzalez with a sweet, smooth landing gets the power to the ground, and those Dunlops are hooking up. He's into the bowl turn. This is going to be one of the final times for Flock to fly across this big tabletop. He gets the sweet landing. Mason comes through the rut pretty clean, though. You deal with the rudder, you take the wide line. Both riders split it up. Now into the bowl turn. Mason in and out of the corner. Out of the corner a little lax. Actually, Flock may have a shot at him. Here's the back straightaway. And as we head into the final corner, across the single, Mason Gonzalez out of Fort Walton Beach, Florida is going to come across. He's got a Supercross title under his belt.
Wow, what a performance, man. He worked for that, made it happen, made the pass on Jesse Flock, and then kept Flock at bay, even with the pressure that Flock was applying there in the last couple of laps, about a half a second behind. Actually showed a wheel a couple of times, but he would not be denied that number 1 spot. Mason Gonzalez taking the win, Jesse Flock second, Hardy Munoz in third as we take a look at that pro circuit leaderboard. Marker Ashburn in the number 4 spot, Jared Fry in 5th, and 6th, Brandon Walther, 7th place, Max Miller, Wesley